I want to say thank you to everyone who has sent me emails. I got a few coffees bought for me. Thank you to you who have done that. I really do appreciate it. A lot of time goes into making these videos, and I'm trying to figure out if I can even put more time into it. I'm not sure, but your encouragement to the work that I am doing really does help, because it lets me know that I have people who really want to hear what I have to say, and that my video making is going noticed, and that you really do appreciate it. So I really want to thank you so much for that. Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Happy to have you here today with me. Now, this article is something that I had been thinking about, and I wasn't sure if I could even put it in the right words, but basically, yeah, I think that Meghan will see her time as a royal as a failure, because she is gone into this whole nother world that she has created for herself and for her family, that I'm not sure she thinks it's going to pan out the way she had envisioned. And I think, had she given herself a lot more time to be a royal and to see where that was going to lead for her, even in the terms of her wanting to be an actress or just do other things besides being a duchess, had she given it more time, gotten really settled into that position, and really got the public to really like her and to really understand and have compassion for her as being a foreigner and having given up everything and come to the Great Britain to make this marriage work with her husband and to really help the people of Great Britain, I think she could have maybe found another niche or way to do something else for herself, like something that was more organic. But she was so content on just, okay, I gotta do this now. Okay, let's go, Harry. Let's go. We gotta do it. It's got to go back to America, or I've got to do this. Ugh. She just did not give herself enough time to be a duchess and to really get her feet wet with that and to understand that role, because it could have led to something very beautiful for her. It could have been exactly what she had always wanted. But when you have people that don't want to sacrifice or that don't want to accept hardship and always want to go off to the next thing because right now it's too painful. I can't stand the pain. I'm not liking this place, these people. It's so boring. I want to leave. And then just acting on your emotions in that moment, or displaying these things within that documentary that we saw, people just, I thought it would be fair. I thought it would be fair. I knew it would be hard, but I thought it would be fair. Just doing that. People don't want to hear you mope about your privilege, because what you have really is privilege. I mean, if you can't see what you have as privilege, then I really don't like you. I mean, how can you even try to help people who are disadvantaged? Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just getting off on a tangent because I just, okay, but rewind, go to the article. Okay, stay focused. Squirrel. Okay, sorry. Meghan Markle failed as a royal and is eating her up inside. I know that won't please some readers, but it's true. Meghan's stint as a royal is right up there with the likes of hoverboards, Google Glass, and Betamax. Ask your parents about that last one, Betamax. Yes, that is when we used to have different kinds of videotaping systems, and one was the VHS, and one was, there was another one that they competed. Okay, as a monumental flop. Right. We had a huge expectations when this American actress with the winning smile waltzed into our lives on the arm of Prince Harry, didn't we? Yes, we all did. We were like, look at that girl. You go, girl. You go, Prince Harry. You got you some swirl. Okay. So we were cheering this couple on. We were really excited for them. And that momentum is just ooh, it's just deflated. So we got you. We feeling you. You guys feel feeling this right? We were all right there in the very beginning. And boy, did we end up feeling like the moron who rushed out and bought a hoverboard only to realize he looked like a grade A chump using it in public. Yeah, the dream was precious, that a dream. Meghan Markle and her time as a royal turned into a stroppy, tantrum-filled nightmare before long. It seems Meghan Markle may not be all that happy to move on from royal life. To listen to Meghan's fans, you'd think that she'd washed her hands entirely of her sorry stint as a royal, but other sources believe differently. Royal commentator Tanya Gold believes that Meghan Markle has a perfectionist streak within her and that it will have left the Duchess frustrated at how her royal stint ended. This feeling of failure could explain why she's enlisted the help of her #1 cheerleader in Omid Scobie to essentially rewrite her time as a royal, making it more palatable. This legal matter that she's dealing with, and then she's wanting to sue all the time, and then she wants the book to come out, and she's trying to rewrite what her time was like in the royal family or justify the things that she's done by putting it in a book. And, you know, we all know she had her hands in it because she's not suing the people who have, you know, breached her security or, you know, her friendship and told these things to Omid Scobie. Like, we can see that she had her hand in it. And to just say you didn't, you just making people look like we stupid. Like, we ain't stupid. So she's just trying to rewrite that whole situation because she knows she's looking back on it and she's like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And she's probably had a chance to kind of settle into her misery in Los Angeles and to think, wow, yeah, I messed up. That's what's happening. She's having this reflection moment. And she sees that, you know, like I said, the grass just is not greener on the other side. It's not. And she should have just settled in her misery. But when people who are so entitled and so privileged always get what they want and they always want to constantly be happy, they don't want to have to suffer through anything, they're never going to find their happiness because they're never going to come out of a struggle to be happy. You're going to always be just like, okay, I want it to feel better now. Better, always. And you can always try to do better because you have the money to do that. But just because you have the money to do something doesn't mean you should try to get rid of your misery, because your misery is helping you lift you up to really feel those moments when you are happy, when you've had to go through some struggle. But she had to go through really no struggle and strife all that time she was in the royal family. And so she just left and was just like, I'm leaving. Bye. I don't want to suffer no more. I didn't want to stay here anyway. Like, my plans was always to leave anyway. Like, her whole demeanor and character is leading her down a path that's going to keep her miserable and making bad decision after another. One decision after another is going to constantly be happening for her. And she bringing her handbag Harry along with her the whole time. And poor thing, he's just whooped in the worst way possible. The whole world can see it. While critics of the Sussexes have been quick to point this out, it does provide an interesting look into the mindset of Meghan Markle. Suppose Meghan was ever to pen an autobiography. In that case, it's doubtful we'd get such insights into how her mind works, as she'd be selective in what she said, knowing that her name is directly connected to the book and that her all-important personal brand was at stake. With Finding Freedom, however, she's obviously believed that the public is stupid enough to buy the line that neither she nor Harry had anything to do with the publication. Right. Meghan Markle carries an ego like many from that Hollywood background. Okay, let me just go back. Yeah, it's like, you think we that stupid? Like, we have seen a pattern. We have seen how you sue people and you not going to sue nobody that didn't wrote a whole book on you. Like, how are we supposed to believe that? Really? So we are not stupid. Like, She is destroying the brand that she had when she was living in England, when she perpetrated down that aisle in that veil. She is destroying everything that she had going for her. And she's going to look back and she's going to see how she has destroyed a good thing. And she's already seeing it now, because every little stint that she tries to put her and her husband out there to try to improve their brand or to get some notoriety or what, relevance, she is going to end up making it worse and worse and worse until she starts to suffer by going to sleep and just saying, okay, I'm not going to be in the public eye. I'm going to be with my husband. We're going to just do us. And I'm going to just let my reputation ride out into the silence. But she can't do it because her ego, that ego is so big. It won't allow her to do this. I've seen it often. Why does Meghan Markle have a problem with Duchess Kate Middleton? Her followers and fans can clutch at the ridiculous reasons for it, such as Kate not helping Meghan enough during her early days as a royal, or not speaking up for her when the nasty British media was causing her problems. None of this is true, of course. The reason Meghan Markle cannot handle someone like Kate is that Kate has succeeded where Meghan failed. Think about that. Kate has succeeded where Meghan failed. So Meghan will look back and she will see Kate still going on, still being a duchess, still being a princess, still doing what she said she was going to do when she married William. Meghan, on the other hand, she failed. She couldn't handle the heat. Although she may think she's empowered by her decision, or also because now she has world fame and now she's doing what she wants to do. Well, she had a very precious jewel when she got that world fame. But rather than trying to have the time to be on that global stage and to make the best of the situation that she was in, rather than doing that, she wanted to go off and pursue her career because her ego demands that she do what she wants to do. Because look, people like me and I want what I want. I'm an actress and now I'm a famous actress because people know me. Thank you, Harry, for marrying me. You put a ring on it. Yeah, right? So she couldn't suffer through the duty that was required of her, but yet she gonna pin it off on people. You know, like they the racists. They're the ones that made me have to leave. Y'all bad people. Y'all British people. You know, so she's always going to have this sense of failure. And now that she sees her brand getting tarnished, now the expectation for this Netflix deal is going to be bigger than ever because of that well-publicized deal that she got, larger than Barack Obama, the president. Like she done made world records with her deal with Netflix. The pressure is on, my friends. It is getting hot in the kitchen of Netflix. Knowing that there is another woman out there who not only got it worse from the media in earlier days than she ever did, but who had the real resiliency and courage to stand her ground, not look for excuses, and to do her job and to stand by both her husband and her family. Yes, because what Kate has done is something that Meghan knows deep down in the gut, in the soul of who she is. She knows she should have never taken her husband out of England. And she knows she should have never brought her son to California to raise him. She knows it. I can assure you of this. But see, the ego of her selfishness and her wanting to be an actor is all that was important to her in those moments of making those decisions. But now when she's got time to reflect on how well or how poorly things are going to go for her, now that she's gotten what she's wanted, now that the queen didn't stop her, and she was like, go on, my dear, go to California. That's like the queen told her, just go. Like, but she would have loved it had the queen said no. And people were like trying to keep her, because then she could have been more of a victim, you know, she could have got people's sympathy. But people were like, okay, well, go, leave, bye. And now we can really see that she just looks like she's a little wimp, because she couldn't stand through it. But she gonna tell you to be strong and to suffer through the things that you go through every day that are making life hard for you. Be strong, my friends. But she couldn't do it. And that will forever be on her record. Forever, forever, ever, ever be on her record. It made her look weak when she did that. She didn't look like she suffered through anything. So, you know, the reflection is really starting to really come in strong for her in her decision. She's got this self-reflection, and she sees Kate still doing Kate. Kate's still doing what she said she was going to do, unlike Miss Meghan. So that knowledge is absolutely just devastating for someone like Meghan Markle. I believe in no amount of California mansions, Netflix deals, or self-righteous woke lecturing will ever change that. Publicly, Meghan Markle will appear confident and glowing, but when she puts her head down on the pillow at night, she knows she failed where Kate Middleton succeeded, and that will always eat her away. And you know what? I agree 100% with this. 110%. Because she has now put herself in a position where she has to succeed. She's in a position where she has got to improve her brand, because she in the midst of trying to get all of this, I want, in her midst of trying to get all of this, she was chipping away at her brand, at who she was on that world stage. The first impressions that people had that were good, they were everything that she started to do for her ego. She started coming off on her goodness, who she was as a person, like her likability started to really be affected by her ego, this fight in her head where she just had to get back to where she was before she met Harry. So she'll forever be in a situation to see how she has failed miserably at the one thing that she said she was going to do. Because she said she was going to do it. We're going to hit the ground running. You know, we're going to do all these wonderful things. We are going to support the queen. And she will always look back as well on when the queen passes away, how she left the monarchy on such a bad note with the Queen of England, who she is going to be admired for her years and dedication of service. When that happens, the queen is going to be really raised up into all the wonderful things she's done and all the hardships she's had and the issues she's had with Meghan. Then people going to be like looking at her after the queen passes away like, yeah. And what that Meghan girl did to our queen, she's going to have to resuffer that all over again when the queen dies. In the last years of the queen's life, that's going to come up as part of the hardship and trials and tribulations that the queen had to put up with, along with that of her son, Prince Andrew. While Prince Andrew is a really bad situation for the queen. But then you had to have this little American self-entitled, egotistical woman. Well, you know what they say in the papers about her. She had to come in and make it all worse for the queen. Like she had to put a cherry on top of all the suffering that the queen was going through, you know, in the last years of her life, rather than letting her ride out her last days, you know, living it up with all the years of service that she gave. You know, this little girl had to come in and start just being disruptive. And that's going to come back to haunt her and bite her, because people are going to be like whipping around looking at her. Yeah, what you did, Meghan, to the Queen. And Harry is not even going to probably be in England when the Queen does pass away. So the heartache that is still yet to come is enormous. And she'll, just like the writer said, when she's at home at night and when she is trying to convince Harry, okay, Harry, now today, Harry, we are going to go do this. And, poor Harry, he's just like, yes, dear. Yes, dear. Like, he's just coming, what do you want me to do today? Kind of a situation. And she's going to be like meeting with her publicist and, her agent and the Netflix people. Okay, we got a full schedule. Hit the ground running. We got work to do. But yeah, she sees how her husband is faring. She sees how her son is not growing up with that beautiful British accent. He's going to be talking like a yin yang American, right? And he's not going to have his family around, his British family. He's not going to have any of the cousins around. He's not going to have any connection to them, because he certainly is not going to have a connection to her family in Los Angeles, because she don't even speak to them, right? Like, we know this. So the issues and the problems that she is bringing on are still yet to really come. When the deals come and then they flop, and if the deal does come and she does really well, well, she's going to have to top it again. Like, she's going to always have to keep climbing higher and higher. Or she's going to have to try to get over all the downfalls that she is going to start seeing happening with the other things around her. So she has put herself in a situation that she cannot be pleased with. They always say hindsight is 20/20. In this case, it is so, yes, it really is, because the things that she has done, the way she has portrayed herself and her image, when she had such a good start and momentum with her wedding and her false portrayal of, I'm pure in my veil. Yes, my first marriage. Mwah. Virgin. Yeah, girl. Yeah. People fell for it. They were like, oh, she's beautiful, beautiful. Like, she had people. She won them over. They weren't really talking about this. I'm saying it, but I think a lot of people were thinking it, but they were like, okay, it don't matter. She's still okay. We like you, Meghan. We like you. Come on, girl, do you. Okay. So, but then just people started seeing all the bad behavior, and she's just ruined it. She's probably feeling a little salty about how she's behaved. She has to. I'm sure she does. But you never know. Maybe redemption is calling for her, maybe one day, but she still hasn't suffered enough. So no, her redemption won't come many years later. You got to do the hard work first. All right, you guys, until next time, peace and love. I love you. Bye-bye.